The US political system is complex, but understanding its structure is key to understanding how it works. At the heart of the system are three branches: the executive, the legislative, and the judicial. In this video, we'll break down the structure from the House of Representatives to the presidency and discuss what it means for US politics, with Donald Trump holding the majority chair in the House of Representatives in 2024. Let's begin with the legislative branch, which is divided into two chambers: the House of Representatives and the Senate. The House of Representatives has 435 members, elected every 2 years to represent districts based on population. This chamber's primary role is to introduce and vote on legislation, particularly in areas like taxes and spending. The Speaker of the House, currently in 2024, a Republican, plays a critical role in shaping the legislative agenda. The Speaker decides which bills are debated and voted on and controls the flow of legislation, making this a very powerful position. In the Senate, each state is represented by 2 senators, regardless of population, totaling 100 members. Senators serve 6-year terms and play a crucial role in confirming presidential appointments, ratifying treaties, and passing laws. While both chambers need to work together to pass most legislation, the Senate tends to focus more on long-term policy issues, while the House is more focused on short-term concerns like the budget and revenue bills. Now, let's talk about the President, who heads the executive branch. The President is responsible for enforcing laws, managing national defense, and handling foreign relations. While the President has significant power, including the ability to propose laws and veto bills, most of the legislative power lies in Congress. The President's role is to work with Congress to implement policy and ensure the smooth functioning of government. This balance of power means that no single branch has unchecked authority, and both the House and the Senate play key roles in shaping national policy. So, what happens now with Donald Trump holding the majority chair in the House of Representatives? As the Speaker of the House, Trump wields tremendous power in controlling the legislative agenda. With Republicans in control of the House, Trump has the ability to push through bills that reflect his vision and that of the GOP. For example, immigration reform, tax cuts, and healthcare could be central issues under Trump's leadership. Trump's influence in the House could lead to a renewed focus on stricter immigration policies, including efforts to reinstate some of the measures from his presidency, like building the border wall and restricting immigration from certain countries. His leadership might also lead to more aggressive tax reforms, such as cutting corporate taxes and reducing tax rates for the wealthy. These are issues that Trump championed during his presidency, and with the House majority behind him, he could revive these debates with new energy. In terms of healthcare, Trump and the GOP might push for further repeal of the Affordable Care Act, or at least attempt to reduce government involvement in healthcare. These efforts could lead to a massive overhaul of the US healthcare system, which would likely spark intense political battles, especially with a Democratic-controlled Senate and President Joe Biden in the White House. While Trump's leadership in the House gives him significant power, it's important to remember that checks and balances are at the core of US governance. The Senate and the President still have the power to block legislation, particularly if it goes too far right or is seen as extreme. For example, Trump may push for more conservative policies, but if the Senate, currently controlled by Republicans, though narrowly, doesn't align with his agenda, or if President Biden uses his veto power, gridlock is likely. The Senate's role is especially important in confirming appointments, so Trump's ability to push through his legislative agenda will be directly impacted by the level of cooperation he gets from Senate Republicans. Another factor is the political polarization in the US. As we've seen in recent years, partisan divisions are at an all-time high. Trump's leadership in the House could further inflame these divisions, particularly with issues like immigration, taxation, and healthcare. The GOP may consolidate more power, but they'll likely face strong opposition from Democrats, who control the Senate and the White House. This could result in divided government, where the House and Senate are controlled by different parties, leading to partisan gridlock and an inability to pass significant reforms. Looking ahead, Trump's influence on the House could also impact the 2024 presidential election. With the GOP holding the House, Trump could shape the Republican platform, pushing it further to the right. This could energize conservative voters but also alienate moderates, especially with controversial policies on immigration and taxation. The Republican Party may become more united under Trump's leadership, But this could also lead to increased polarization, making it harder for any Republican candidate to win over independents or moderate Democrats in a general election. Moreover, as Speaker, Trump would have a major say in the Republican National Committee's strategy and priorities. This could have long-term consequences for party dynamics, influencing everything from candidate selection to the broader direction of the GOP's platform. A more cohesive, Trump-led Republican Party could challenge Democrats in the 2024 election, creating a fierce political battle. In conclusion, the current political landscape in the US is marked by Trump's return to power in the House, where he could exert significant influence over legislation. With his position as Speaker of the House, Trump has the potential to reshape US policy on immigration, taxes, and healthcare, but his success will depend on the level of cooperation he gets from Senate Republicans and President Biden. The ongoing political polarization in the US ensures that any major shift in policy will be met with intense debate, and the coming years will likely be marked by political gridlock as both parties fight for dominance. How this plays out will have lasting effects on US politics, and it's important for voters to stay informed and engaged in the process.